and then they cannot, register all the teams.
Okay.
You understand? And like they said, these were competitions that were registered well before the normalization comes into play.
Okay.
You understand? But all the same, do you understand? With the under 20, definitely, playing the first leg and then, withdrawing from the second leg, definitely, I really can't, figure that out yet still.
Okay.
But like Sengot said, definitely, it's high time.
Okay.
You understand? Because the frustration out there is very, very high among Gambian football fans.
Okay.
Wherever you pass, wherever you sit, people are frustrated about Gambian football. Just talk about people are frustrated about the Gambian football. Okay. Do you understand? We've gone so many matches, I can't remember, so many matches without a win in both categories. I think apart from our baby Scorpion girls who have tried qualified, but apart from that, when it comes to male football, we have not been registering a win. You understand? For several games. You understand? And I think that is really, really discouraging, and it is alarming. But and we have so many issues, that are going on in Gambian sports, that so many controversial issues, do you understand, revolving around the normalization committee, revolving around so many things. We have these match fixing things,
Where lies the problem?
That's the big question. You understand? This is the question that needs to be answered, and this is the high time that, this is the high time that Gambians, like I said the other time in our program, this is the high time that Gambians, sit and look right
together.
Yeah, sit and look right in front, right in the eyes of each other, and try to figure out where the problem is, and make sure that the problem is thrashed out and a solution is found. A solution. They come up with a solution. But there is a big problem. Do you understand? And this problem needs to be needs to be how is it?
Addressed.
Yeah, addressed. This problem needs to be addressed.
Babs, Gambian youth football is one area that we've been doing pretty well, and we've been championing, we've been setting examples to our neighbors who are even bigger names in the football world than us. But in youth football, we've been doing well, but it seems the table has turned.
Yeah, I think the past 1 year, and probably some, 1 year, 6 months, 2 years back, we've taken to some serious steps backwards. We are enjoying some relative, semblance of normality in our football, but it is also difficult. Football cannot grow in a turbulent environment. We have to be at peace with ourselves. We have to know the direction we take it. I think he was talking about looking at each other in the eyes, but I said we need to find a conceptual, analytical, way of reading our sports, of things that should not be part of our game. We've taken steps, from 2005 when the under-17 won a championship. The step up, someone needs to take that one, and we were doing that one fine up until 2010. Gambia went to Senegal. Let's remember that one.
Yeah. When the whole country was sent.
Exactly. The whole country was in full support. We all have to pull in one direction. Interests, groups in sports. The sports will die. And that is where the normalization committee today, that should be a very big, reminder. Whatever is happening on the 30th of September, I'm saying this, it should be for the future of this country and where the sports is going. Otherwise, it will die. Individuals must go out of the sports, and the collective must move on. The Gambia is more important than any other individual in our sports.
That is true.
And that should be taken, taken directly into the heads of every individual of this in this country. It's painful to say these things, but that is exactly where we found ourselves in a very funny situation. Senegal, some 2 years ago, were asking themselves questions. I was in Dakar with the team. I had this Senegalese man, can the Gambia in Senegal? And I was like, yeah, that is a direct reminder. Now, the reverse is happening. We found ourselves in a very funny situation.
Yeah, in a very, like what he's saying, Gambian football at the moment, lacks direction. It seems as we don't know where we're coming from and we don't know where we're heading to. You understand? There are so many issues you understand, that is revolving around, which is definitely not good for our football, you understand. And I think it's high time, you know, the ministry, the normalization committee, and all stakeholders, you understand, you know, yeah, maybe somebody used to say this, is it a stakeholders conference or what? Yeah, I think it's high time, you know, everybody, stakeholders in sports, come together under one platform.
It has been KYRO.
You understand?
KYRO has been
very good. You understand? I think it's something that should be done, especially at this present situation in which Gambian football is in.
No, it's unheard of for Gambia. I think some 15 years ago when Gambia pulls out out of some of this competition. Now we are now playing our qualifiers, beating 4-0. And then pull out of that particular qualifier. If you know that you are going in a qualifiers, you are not prepared. Why? No, it's people's money. Okay. Why would you send a team that you feel it's not capable of? You are not getting anything out of the game. Before you send a team to play in Morocco and lose dismally, and then pull out of the second leg, you wasted money already. Yeah. Football is that game that is not science. There is no 1+1, the answer being 2 in football. The scientific aspect of it in results orientation is definitely on. We've seen teams, you know, turning games that are already lost. Okay. So it's all boiled down. It all boils down to preparation.
Is that the same thing that is responsible because of the uncertainties, you know, that is in our game? That is why results are not forthcoming, because if we look at the recent developments, the Gambia in all categories have not been pulling off results.
I think
the senior side, the senior national team, it started with them.
I think
the results are just poor.
We still jump in the gun. Let me say this thing again. Okay, results are important in sports. Okay. But results are not, you know, wouldn't determine your strength and where you are going. I think I
believe even whereas you attain good results, but when the ground is not prepared.
Exactly. But this is also where we need to learn very well in our sports. We need to prepare the ground. We need to educate our people, our sportsmen and women. That is very important. We are talking about this administrators. Yeah. We watch the Olympics here. We watch our young lady Saruba and Suwaib in the Olympics. And we are all proud of them. How did we, you know, manage to send them there? We need to train the administrators, educate them. We need to train and educate our athletes, footballers, you know, our field athletes, tennis players. We need to educate them and get them prepared. We need to find the structures that will accompany them with their development. Okay. If we balance these things, then we will achieve success in our sports. Okay. But we are not working in tandem now. Yeah. So many serious things are like it.
You still want to comment?
Yeah, I just want to comment. I think, you know, we have always been talking about restructuring our football, restructure our football. Okay. This word has been vibrating, you know, since people like us were young. Okay. You understand? And yet still we could not restructure our football. Okay. You understand? I think that's very sad. You know, we can sit and talk, you know, attend conferences, workshops, and all those things. You know, give interviews, say some nice things. You understand? But we will not put it into action. Okay. You understand? And I think that's one thing that has been affecting. We have been talking about restructuring, but what have we restructured? Let's ask ourselves these questions. Yeah. We're talking about restructuring the league. How long have we been talking about restructuring the league? How long have we been talking about academies? You know, it's sad when I hear people saying, you know, academies. We don't have academies in this country.
If that reminds me of, you told me the current Senegalese Olympics team boast of some good quality players from the Patrick Vieira Academy.
That is in the Jambar Academy. Yeah. 5 of the first team players are from that team. They are not only trained how to play football, but these young boys are also educated.
Yeah, they're educated. You understand?
And you know, you have an option in life. Okay. If you can't make it in football, you will go back to school. Yeah. Okay. And that is important for our footballers and our sportsmen in the Gambia. Okay. Yeah. You know, you don't have we tend not to have a second option. Okay. And now we only go out to play. You know, football, sports has, you know, grown, and we have to grow with it. Okay. You know, it is not those days when you go and kick the ball. You have to be educated. You have to go and sit in the classroom and know models and understand models, the new forms of tactical